In this lesson, we're going to focus on solving trigonometric equations. Actually, solving trigonometric equations, we're going to focus on the trig functions. Mo ile re tla ba re dila le sine, cos, and tan. So re nyaka solve this angle, which is theta. Sometimes it can be x, it can be alpha, it can be beta, whatever it may be. So re nyaka solve yona. The first step, re nyaka remove this trig function. Re nyaka shala ka this angle ya theta. Re nyaka re be le theta is equals to something. So this means re tlo tshwanela go remove this cos. So ge remove this cos, re tlo shumisha calculator. On your calculator, auto press shift, or auto press second function. Ela ola go shumisha calculator efeng. Ge le re shumisha Casio, o tlo shumisha shift, and then ge le re o shumisha other calculators like sharp, o tlo press second function. So because now we're dealing with cos, this means on your calculator o tlo press shift or press cos. So the moment you press shift or press cos, it are auto shala ka theta. So always press shift, press le this trig function, it allow remove. So globally theta is equals to, and then wabali on your calculator it will appear in this way. So wanogela this value yellow tlaba o solve yona on your right hand side, and then theta is equals to whatever the value to press your calculator, it will be your answer. So if you press this value ka calculator, it will offer 60 degrees. So this means I solve the value of theta in this way, and then this is our answer. Ge be le gore mo re na le sine, o tlo press shift or press sign. Ge be le gore ke tan, o tlo press shift or press tan, and then wanogela whatever the value ile go on your right hand side, and then the answer you kry go it tla be your final answer o solve your theta. So that's it for this problem. A re lebelle another problem. And then now mo re na le cos 2 theta is equals to 0.5, and then still re nyaka go solve the value of theta, but now ka kgona bona gore re na le 2 theta. This number it's tsamaya le this angle ke coefficient, but go ka lebella the previous one e be re sena any number mo re la gore the coefficient was 1. But re na le this problem, re tlo dira the same thing go tshwana le the previous one. The first step, re nyaka go remove this cos, and then ge remove this cos, re tlo shela ka 2 theta, and then always ge remove our trig function, re shumisha calculator. So auto press shift cos, and then ge o press shift cos, e ra re tlo shela ka 2 theta because re remove a cos, and then wabali, and then wanogela this number on your right hand side, which is 0.5, and then you press shift cos 0.5 ka calculator, it will offer 60 degrees. But re nyaka the value of theta, not the value of 2 theta. This means re tlo divide both sides ka 2, and therefore 2 and 2 they cancel, and then now we create the value of theta. Therefore the value of theta is equals to 30 degrees. So this is our answer. So regionally coefficient always either is 3, whatever the number it can be, make sure you are the first step or remove this trig function ka press your calculator, and then after to shalaka this number le this angle, and then we'll follow these steps. So this is our answer. And then what about this one? Sine theta is equals to cos 60 degrees. but na re nyaka solve the value of theta, so re tlo follow the same thing. But go ka lebella mo re na le cos 60, already mo re na le angle. Ge o na le your trig function mo ile gore ba go file le the value, press that value ka calculator. So cos 60 it will fa half, which is just 0.5. So now re na le sin theta is equals to 0.5, and then now re tlo dira the same thing. Re tlo remove this sign ka o pressa shift sign. So ge re pressa shift sign re la re tlo shala ka theta is equals to and then shift sign 0.5 is 30 degrees. So this is our final answer. I think it's only the same problem, just that now we feel a number, so but try our trick. But when I was worry more than a number, so because cos 60 okay press a calculator of 0.5, you know turn about feel sin theta is equals to 0.5, maraba try our 0.5 in some other way just for confusion, but it's the same thing. So our level our next problems. And in this problem area, solve the value of x where 0 degrees is less or equals to x and x is less or equals to 90 degrees. More than the same examples just previous, the same thing. Mobile file just a condition. In trigonometry, a Cartesian plane moilore is in degrees. More than 0 degrees, and then more than 90 degrees, rabale 180 degrees, and then rabale 270 degrees, and then yatomaga piare 360 degrees. It's like a circle because so ka kgona bona re e felela ka 360 degrees. Actually this Cartesian plane e re botsa gore ka mo this portion on this quadrant angle ya rena e between 0 and 90. So this condition e re x is between 0 and 90. In order to fela gore our answer yoba at this quadrant. Our answer is ka be greater than 90. Our answer yoba between 90 and 0. So this is just a quadrant. In over the condition 0 is less or equals to x and x is less or equals to 90. So we're going to do the same procedure. Part A area tan x is equals to 2.01, and then we're going to solve for x. So because this question is solved for x, this means we're going to x, and then we're going to remove this tan. And then remember our in trig, we solve the equations. It's impossible or divide the term. And then this one and this one it will cancel. So this is not possible. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to press shift turn. Then the moment you press shift turn, it will show like x, and then wabali on your calculator, and then we enter a 2.01, because every time you press a shift turn or shift cos we remove. So now the answer on the calculator get the final answer. So shift turn 2.01 erfa 63.55 degrees. Get round off into 2 decimal places. So this is our final answer. Our level part B. Part B area 5 cos x plus 2 is equals to 4. And remember we resolve for x, but level at this problem another number here. So every time I resolve these trig equations, re nyaka gore our trig function e be ka le side le 1 e le 1. This means re tlo tšea these two ratio to the other side. Re tlo ba le 5 cos x is equals to 4 minus 2, and then 5 cos x is equals to 2. And then now our trig function equals side in L1, but realize something. Now we're na le coefficient ya 5, but go ka lebelela for the previous example mo be re sena any number, so e rela gore the coefficient it was 1. Always re nyaka gore coefficient ya rena e be 1. This means re tlo divide both sides ka the coefficient ya 5. So 5 and 5 di tlo cancel, therefore re tlo šala ka cos x is equals to 2 over 5, and then now our coefficient ke 1. This means re ka kgona go remove this cos, so o tlo pressa shift cos, and then o tlo ba le x is equals to, and then wa nokela 2 over 5, so e re fa 66.42 degrees. So this is our final answer. So always make sure ya gore your trig function e ba ka le side le 1 e le 1, so whatever the number ka ba le yona o tlo isha to the other side, and then the second step wa check gore na le coefficient ya 1. If the coefficient is not 1, and then o tlo divide ka that coefficient, and then part C re na le 8 cos at x plus 10 degrees is equals to 5. Go ka lebelela this problem, re na le a bracket, re na le x plus 10 degrees ka re ga a bracket. This means x plus 10 degrees re bona as a single thing, e tsamaya e le 1 ke ntho e tee. So o ka se kgone gore re tšee 10 degrees re share to the other side like this previous example mo be re na le x plus 2, but re kgone go tšea 2 re share to the other side. This is because be re sena a bracket. So always ge re na le a bracket a o kgone gore o ka tšea any number ka re ga a bracket o e share to the other side. And now ge re na le this kind of problem, ro lebelela the coefficient ya our trig function. The coefficient is 8, ga se 1, so re nyaka gore coefficient ya rena e be 1. This means re tlo divide both sides ka our coefficient. Our coefficient ke 8 in this case, because re nyaka gore 8 and 8 di kgone go cancel, re šale ka coefficient ya 1. So now re šetše ka cos at x plus 10 degrees is equals to 5 over 8. And then now our second step, re nyaka gore re šale ka this bracket ya x plus 10, because re bona is a single thing ke ntho e tee. So this means re tlo pressa shift cos, and then the moment re pressa shift cos e ra re tlo šala ka whatever e lego in front of our trig function, just like ge re pressa shift tan re šala ka x because it's in front of our trig function. So this means re tlo šala ka x plus 10, and then o tlo enter 5 over 8, and then it will fa 51.32 degrees. This is x plus 10 degrees, but now re nyaka go solve the value of x. This means re tlo tšea 10 re isha to the other side, therefore re tlo ba le x is equals to 51.32 degrees minus 10, therefore re tlo ba le 41.32 degrees, and then yaba our final answer. I think Leona is not difficult, because the first thing ka ka realize rona le a bracket, o make sure ya gore ga o tšee any number wa isha to the other side, o tlo lebelela the coefficient ya our trig function. If coefficient is not 1, so re tlo divide both sides ka any number ye le gore e tla be le the coefficient. So in this case our coefficient will be 8, re divide both sides ka the coefficient, and then from there re nyaka go shala ka whatever e lo ka ra bracket. This means re tlo remove our trig function ra shumisha calculator, and then at the end we create this answer. Go ka lebela mo rena le a similar problem. Re na le 2 sine inside the bracket 2x minus 10 degrees is equals to 1. Because re na le a bracket, this means our first step re tlo check coefficient ya our trig function. Our coefficient o ka kgona bona gore it's not 1. So because our coefficient is not 1, e re la gore to divide both sides ka this coefficient ya 2, and then ge re divide both sides ka 2 ra re to shala ka then re to shala ka half on this side, and then the second step re nyaka gore 2x minus 10 e shale e le 1. This means re nyaka go remove sign. So ge re remove this sign o to press calculator or shift or sign, and then wa shala ka 2x minus 10 degrees ya go fa shift sign, and then one ogela half ke this one, and then from here shift sign half ka calculator e go fa 30 degrees. So now re na le 2x minus 10 degrees equals to 30 degrees, but remember re nyaka the value of x. This means the first step re tlo tšea minus 10 ra isha to the other side, so re tlo shala ka 2x is equals to 30 degrees plus 10, it will change a sign, and therefore 2x is equals to 40 degrees. And then now because re nyaka the value of x, re la to divide both sides ka 2, so re la gore x is equals to 20 degrees, because 40 divided by 2 ke 20, so ke final answer. And that's it for this problem. And then this problem area solve the value of theta, but now lemoga something more na le sec. On your calculator o ka create sec. So now we'll enter another topic, reciprocal functions. So every time we wanna cosec theta, re la gore ona le 1 over sine, and then go ka ba le sec theta, re la gore ona le 1 over cos theta, and then go ka ba le cot theta, re la gore ona le 1 over tan theta. So ke dilo tse le re tshwanetse re tsebe, because on your calculator o ka create cot, o ka create sec, and o ka create cosec, but on your test ba ka go fa something like this one, ba go fa sec. So e re la gore wena o tlo tshwana go re tsebe gore ge o bona sec o bona 1 over cos, e re la gore ge o bona sec o tlo e replace ka 1 over cos. Gore se ke wa di lebala, nna ke di tshwara in this way. This is cot e fella ka t, so error cot is 1 over tan, because the tan e thoma ka t, and then cosec e fella ka c, so error e over 1 over cos, because cos e thoma ka c, and then cosec ke no tseba it's 1 over sine. So ke lo je re tshwentse o di tsebe. Now a re lebele this problem. This problem area sec theta is equals to 2. This means because this is sec, re tlo ba le 1 over cos theta, and then 1 over cos theta is equals to 2, and then from this step re tlo cross multiply or remove a fraction. So re la gore re tlo ba le 1 times 1, and then ra ba le 2 times cos This means globally 2 cos theta is equals to 1. And then from this step re tlo divide both sides ka 2 gore kgone shala ka cos ele 1 because re nyaka coefficient e be 1. This means globally cos theta is equals to 1 over 2 because re tla ba re dividile both sides ka 2. And then from this step re nyaka the value of theta, re tlo shumisha the same procedure. Re tlo ba le theta is equals to or shift cos and then 1 ogela half and then ya fa 60 degrees. So this is our final answer. So the key thing gore o gopole our reciprocal function. Every time re bona cosec o bona 1 over sine, and then go bona sec o bona 1 over cos, go bona cot o bona 1 over tan. So a re lebelle another example. And then more na le 2 cosec theta minus 3 is equals to 2. So more na le another reciprocal function. But gore this problem e kgone ba very easy, re le thoma in this way. Re tlo ba le 2 cosec theta is equals to 2 plus 3. Re tlo ja negative 3 re isha to the other side because re nyaka gore our trig function e be ka side e le 1. So this means re tlo ba le 2 cosec theta is equals to 5. And then from this step re ka divide ka coefficient because ka gona bona the coefficient is not 1. So era gore re tlo divide both sides ka coefficient, and then ge re divide ka coefficient era re tlo ba le cosec theta is equals to 5 over 2 because re divide both sides ka 2. So re tlo ba le 5 over 2. 2 and 2 do cancel. And then now mo na le cosec theta. And then o ka gona bona gore cosec theta ke reciprocal. So cosec ra tseba re lekana le 1 over sine. Era re mo re tlo ba le 1 over sine theta is equals to 5 over 2. And then now re nyaka go eliminate a fraction. Era gore re tlo cross multiply. This means re tlo ba le 5 sine theta is equals to 2 because 2 times 1 is just 2. And then from here re nyaka theta, but re tlo make sure ya gore sine theta e ba le coefficient ya 1. So this means re tlo divide both sides ka 5. And then ge re divide both sides ka 5 e rela gore re tlo ba le sine theta is equals to 2 over 5. And then now re nyaka the value of theta. Re la gore re tlo remove this sign. Then ra tseba gore ge remove this sign re shumisha calculator. This means theta is equals to shift sine 2 over 5. And then e re fa 23.58 degrees ge ke round off into 2 decimal places. And then ke answer ya rene. So I think it's not difficult. The first thing tshwantse re no gopola gore cosec e lekana le eng, and then cot e lekana le eng, and then sec e lekana le eng. Wa follow the same procedure for the previous examples. So that's it for this problem. And then more na le cot theta is equals to 1. Ra tseba cot e lekana le 1 over tan. This means re tlo ba le 1 over tan theta is equals to 1. And then re cross multiply or kgone eliminate a fraction. This means tan theta is equals to 1. And therefore now re nyaka the value of theta. Era gore re remove a tan ra shumisha calculator. Re shift tan 1. And then the answer is 45 degrees. So this is our final answer. The key thing on gopola gore o na le a reciprocal, and then o na le a reciprocal, and then wa shumisha those reciprocals.